Here is a question that will make you uncomfortable. Why does your life look exactly the way it does? Why do you have this specific amount of money in your bank account? Why do you attract the same type of toxic partner over and over again? Why do you hit the exact same ceiling in your career every single time? You think it is bad luck. You think it is the economy. You think it is fate. You are wrong. Carl Jung, one of the most dangerous minds in psychology, said this: "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." What you call fate is actually a program. It is a script running in the background of your brain, written 20 years ago by a child who was just trying to survive. You are not living your life. You are reenacting a memory. You are an actor who forgot he is on a stage, reciting lines you didn't write, walking into traps you set for yourself. In this video, we are going to look at the source code of your reality. We will find out why you are programmed to fail, why your brain chooses suffering over happiness, and how to finally break the loop. Have you ever noticed that your ex-girlfriends all seem different at first, but in the end, they treat you exactly the same way? Have you noticed that you get excited about a new project, but right before you succeed, you lose interest or destroy it? Freud called this repetition compulsion. The human brain does not want to be happy. The human brain wants to be right. And more than anything, the brain loves familiarity. If you grew up in a chaotic home where love was unpredictable, your brain learned a code. Love equals chaos. Now, as an adult, if you meet a stable, boring, kind woman, you feel nothing. No spark. No chemistry. Your program says, "Error. This is not love. This is boring." But when you meet a woman who ignores you, who is unstable, who makes you fight for her attention, your program lights up. Yes, this feels like home. You think you are following your heart. Actually, you are following a broken compass that only points to the edge of a cliff. You are programmed to seek out the specific type of suffering that you are used to. Why? Because to your primitive brain, the familiar hell is safer than the unknown heaven. So where did this program come from? It wasn't installed by the government. It was installed by you. Between the ages of 3 and 7, you wrote a contract with reality. You observed your parents, your teachers, your environment, and you made a decision on how to survive. Maybe you had a father who was angry and loud. You learned, if I speak up, I get hurt. If I am quiet, I am safe. Code installed. Be invisible. Fast forward 20 years. You are in a meeting at work. You have a great idea, but your throat tightens. You stay silent. Someone else says your idea and gets the promotion. You go home and say, "It's fate. I'm just unlucky." No, it is the program executing the command, "Be invisible." Or maybe you were only praised when you got good grades. You learned, "I am only worthy of love if I am perfect." Code installed. Perform or fail. Now you are a workaholic, burning out, unable to rest, terrified of making a single mistake. You are rich, but you are miserable. Because the child inside you is still trying to buy his mother's love with achievements. This is what Jung meant. The shadow is not just evil. The shadow is the sum of all the parts of yourself that you had to cut off to fit into the box. And now, that box has become your coffin. This is the part that nobody wants to admit. You are afraid of success. You say you want money. You say you want a relationship. But your unconscious mind sees success as a threat. Why? Because if you change, the identity you built will dissolve. If your entire identity is built around being the victim, the one who tries hard but never wins, then winning is actually dangerous. If you win, who are you? You lose your story. You lose your excuse. So, when you get close to the finish line, your unconscious pulls the emergency brake. You start a course, finish 80% of it, and then suddenly get too busy to finish. You meet a healthy, stable woman who actually treats you well, and suddenly you tell your friends there is no chemistry because there is no drama. You sabotage yourself to stay in the familiar zone. You choose the cage because the cage is what you know. So how do we stop this? How do we delete the program? Most people try positive thinking or affirmations. I am successful. I am happy. This is useless. It is like putting a fresh coat of paint on a house that is burning down. You cannot fight the unconscious with logic. You must fight it with awareness. Step 1. Catch the glitch. For the next 7 days, watch yourself like a hawk. When you feel a strong emotion, anger, fear, sudden attraction, press pause. Ask yourself, is this me responding to reality? Or is this the program playing a tape from the past? When you feel the urge to text that toxic ex, that is not you. That is the program seeking a dopamine hit of chaos. Don't judge it. Just watch it. Jung said, what you resist persists. What you look at disappears. Step 2. Name the shadow. In ancient mythology, knowing a demon's true name gave you power over it. Psychology works the same way. When you catch the pattern, give it a title. Call it the invisible boy. Call it the perfect soldier. Call it the victim king. When you name it, you separate yourself from it. You are no longer the behavior. You are the observer of the behavior. Step 3. Do the opposite. If the invisible boy says, stay quiet, force yourself to speak, even if your voice shakes. If the victim king says, run away, stand your ground. You must prove to your nervous system that you can disobey the old code and survive. This will feel wrong. It will feel terrifying. Good. That means the program is breaking. Life is not a series of random events. It is a mirror. It reflects exactly what is happening inside of you. If you do not like what you see in the mirror, there is no point in yelling at the reflection. You have to change the person standing in front of it. Stop calling it fate. Stop calling it God's plan. Stop calling it bad luck. It is a program, and you are the only programmer who has the password to change it. But first, you have to wake up and realize that your hands have been on the keyboard the entire time. The script is in your hands. Cross out the old lines. Write something new. Subscribe to CanStillGo We are rewriting reality.